Welcome back. You're listening to the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM. Time to talk some tennis in the southeast of South Australia. And our man on the ground, where all things Southern Ports tennis is concerned, is Egan Regnier. And he joins me now, the Robe Rebels man. Egan, lovely to have you back with us. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Alice. Yes, good to be back after round one.
Indeed. Well, we better start just by recapping your little getaway. How was Geelong?
Geelong's good. Geelong's very nice city. Enough pubs for us to go to, and quite enjoyable.
Sounds good indeed. Egan Regnier celebrating his football season with a end-of-season trip. Just for some context there, in case you weren't listening last week. He's back in the thick of it, though, with tennis now back in the thick of it in the Southern Ports area. And Egan, we'll start off talking about your old side, the Roosters, who travelled to Naracoorte last time out on the weekend. They lost 119 to 105, the final score. So Naracoorte, highly fancied side, and your Robe Roosters, who I reckon had about a 50% win-loss ratio last year, they went down in the end.
For sure. The Roosters, they went out there and had a really good crack, which is really good to see. I know I'm a Rebels man these days, but it's really good to see that the other Robe side, does really well. And I know they didn't get the win, but I think Naracoorte are going to be a really good side this year. So the Roosters definitely put on a show and show they're not going to be an easy team this year at all, which is good to see.
In the Lucendale Derby, it was the Wombats getting up 127 to 109 over the Koalas. How did you see this one play out, Egan?
This would have been a very special game for two Lucendale sides. Obviously, now there's only two Lucendale sides in the comp. They want to obviously finish one better than the other on the ladder and beat each other when they play each other. And big first round game for these two on the grass courts. And just didn't disappoint at all. There was a lot of close sets looking at the scorecard, and the Wombats, they just held on and got the win 13-11 as well.
Okay, well, we had an absolute nail-biter between the Francis Lucendale Eagles side and Beachport. It ended up being 125 in the favour of the former, so Beachport going down, but this was, if anything, an indication that these sides will be right up there this year, Egan.
Yeah, that's for sure. Francis won the flag last year, and guess that's exactly how they wanted to start the season. If they wanted to go back-to-back, was get a win, but obviously probably not so close. But Beachport, I know. I looked at their scorecards, and both sides have got a few new players in their teams, which obviously must be fairly handy. So, definitely came down to wire again, and Francis just got the chocolates.
All right, well, last week I was talking about the fact that your side was really going to miss you whilst you were in Geelong on your end-of-season football trip, and you seemed pretty chilled out and pretty comfortable and relaxed, I have to say, and looking back retrospectively, maybe you'd seen what was going to happen, Egan, because the Rebels were way too good for Penola. 100 points win in the end, 147 to 47. Penola on the end of an absolute shellacking, unfortunately, and it looks like they've picked up from where they left off last year, Egan.
Yeah, I was fairly relaxed. I'm probably a bit more tense this week. I might not make my side, have my spot back in the side with how well my team did. But, great start for us, having a really, really strong win to start the season. Yeah, I was hoping, Penola maybe was a bit stronger this year. They still can be. Hopefully, they're just maybe missing a few players, or maybe they're just waiting for later in the season to show that what they're really made of. But we had a really strong win down Robe, and hopefully we can just keep things going.
All right, well, looking ahead to this weekend, we've got Kingston travelling down to Robe to take on your former team, the Roosters. Who gets up here? You backing your former side at all?
This will be interesting. Kingston had the bye last week, so this is their first match for the for the year. Roosters put on a great performance last week by all reports. I think I'm going to go for Kingston to get the win.
Fair play. All right. Well, we've got some action happening in Lucindale. Firstly, we've got the Koalas and the Eagles in action, Egan. So how do you see this one going?
Yeah, this will be another good match for the day. Koalas played on the grass last week, and I think that is going to help them get over the line against the Eagles.
All right, in the other game, it's the Wombats up against Penola. And after the Wombats comfortably dispatched the Koalas last time out, you'd think this is going to be a really hard game again for Penola.
I'm definitely leaning towards the Wombats. But, again, you never know. It's real early in the season. Penola come out all firing and they might get the win, but I will tip the Wombats.
All right, well, what's your sort of main takeaway after round one, Egan? How are you feeling about every team this year?
Well, it's really interesting. Like, there was, out of the four matches, three of them came right down the wire. So, which is, I think, is a great thing for our tournament, a little competition. No game's going to be easy, and every win's so important, and every weekend's so important. So, yeah, if we go off by round one, it's going to be a really, really good and tight competition. So, and that's how you want it. You don't want one team flogging every other side. So, yeah, hopefully it stays really tight, and we'll wait and see when we get to the point in the year.
That we shall. Egan Regnier is the Robe Rebels player, and he's our Southern Ports tennis correspondent here on the Flow FM airwaves. Good luck this weekend, Egan. Thanks for your time.
No worries. Thanks for having me.